Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Webtoon Book Club. Today's episode is How to Love, which, again, is a non-story. But this one is a bit interesting. So, it does try to take itself a bit seriously, and the title is Some Case of Honesty. It's more of the author's interpretation of what would essentially be advice for romantic and also just friendship based advice. Just basically helping out those that might be a little socially reclusive or not so confident in themselves in certain aspects of social interaction. Now, a lot of it does have to revolve around romance to an end, but it does cover varying subjects. And it is all done in a very comedic and short-handed way. Like, I read through this entire series in the course of an afternoon. There's a lot of episodes to it, but they're not very long. Some of them are extremely short, some of them are a bit lengthy, but for the most part, it's all just non-consecutive. Like, there's no overarching story of any kind, there's no nothing. Like how a lot of these tend to go. It's just a short little comic strip that doesn't really have much to it. The art style is pretty interesting, and the only consistency is that you're basically is the character that's supposed to be representing yourself, as the author invites people to ask questions, and then he picks a question and then makes the next episode about that and explaining that. So he has a reoccurring character who has a really weird head. Kind of makes him look like a frog a bit. But the reoccurring character is basically taking the place of the person asking the question. And the author does their best to try and explain the situation in a way that would probably be best understood by the person or by anybody. I don't know. This is a very interesting series, but I will say this is definitely a series that isn't great for binge reading. As going through it, I started to get very exhausted of it as I was getting towards the end. It was very tiring, as this is definitely a series that would have been best as it was coming out, having it little by little every few days or week or so, but not all at one time in the course of a few hours. Like, that was exhausting and very tiring, and it took a lot out of me, mainly because as some of these as something of this what this series is, it starts to become a bit repetitive and starts to cover a lot of similar topics. Well, it's covering this. Well, it's covering a type of topic, but a lot of the stuff that gets explained, a lot of it starts to get a bit repetitive, and it's just different ways of explaining the same thing or going into a different form of detail on the same thing, and on in that matter. There's not too much to really say here. Like, this series is really what it is. The title is pretty much all you need to know about it. So, take that as what you may. I don't really have strong recommendations for this series, but I also wouldn't say to stay away from it. It's really a whatever you want to do with it, do what you want type of thing. So with that, I will leave you with with how this story, I guess. So, list of stories in the description below. Vote on which one you would like me to talk about next, and I'll see you then.